Hey guys, this is the YouTube version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily Encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it, I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy, and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon. Oh yeah, oh yeah. How are you folks? Welcome to the Dirty Show. It's Filthy Monday again. Jesus, when isn't it Monday, huh? I mean, this is how I know I'm getting lazy. I only work 4 days a week and it's not enough weekend for me. Jesus Christ, the less you do, the more it flies by. Honest to God. Get up and live, Nick. I don't fucking give it. I like those people that, I always laugh when I hear a story about people. You know, the ones that like jump out of helicopters with skis on to ski down something, they die in an avalanche, and I sit there belly laughing, eating a box of Triscuits on the couch, scratching my nuts. And I go, there's why. I have fun. He did. Yeah, but he lived no, he didn't. He's 23. I'm 60. I'm still getting laid once every 2 years. Fuck you. All righty then. Nice write-up for Joe List, my buddy, and it's one of the websites that covers show business. That movie we shot up in upstate New York this past summer. I think that'll be coming out. You'll start, I don't know, June, July. They're already promoting it, so I don't know when the premiere is. But nice write-up on him, and I'm proud because I picked him out of the pile in Boston. He was just a drunk opening act, but I saw something in. What was that? A giant cock. I said, that guy's for me. Good night, everybody. La, la, la. What? Oh, yeah, it's the Wacky Morning Zoo Show with Ted and Bubba. Hey. Anyhow, what else over the weekend? Fucking Red Sox. As soon as I mentioned their bullpen on this show, they haven't held a lead for a fucking week and a half. Oh, they lost 2 to the Orioles. They haven't started hitting yet, but it's fucking... The minute I said it, the minute I brought it up here, oh, my aching stem. They've lost like 3 games in the 9th, 1 in extra innings. Anyways, do I look fat? I should. Ate like I was on my 600-pound life. Oh, yeah, that face is huge right now. Got to knock it off. Anyways, what did I do? Let's put up Nick's Bitchin' Kitchen. I'm cooking like a bitch these days, I'll tell you. But look at that, folks. That's right out of my pizza oven. Homemade crust. That's prosciutto with arugula. It's actually a Wolfgang Puck recipe that I've been making for years. The wife loves it. And so does the retarded kid we adopted in the cellar. Yeah, absolutely. I got him tied to a radiator. We throw him crust. That is so... Look at that, baby. Look at that crust. From scratch, folks. What else did I make? Shepherd's pie yesterday. Yeah, that's not too fattening. Are you dog styling me? You look at that shit and you put on 9 pounds. Holy moly. The English, they're known for shit food. But that one they got right. That's the last one they got right. The first one. A lot of Irish people make that now, too. But it was confirmed by Dallas, who's been all over the world. I consider him a worldly guy. I was arguing with my wife. I said it was English, and I think it was, right? And the drunks said, fucking hamburger potatoes. And I usually don't do desserts, but that's a banana fucking crumb cake that'll make you harder than a fucking... Dude, that's as good as it looks. 4 ripe bananas in there. It tastes more like banana than banana. You see the glasses over there? Those, my wife slapped them off my face after I had my 11th piece. Look, that's that. So I did that, worked out, picked up some shit at Lowe's with the wife. That's considered a fucking marriage weekend is what that is.
But not a plant.
Dude, Dallas, when we were at fucking pulling out of Lowe's, I said that to my wife. As we're pulling out, motherfucker, I bet you there's 19 plants in there. That's so funny, and I still forget. Maybe I don't want it secretly, I don't know. Maybe we should just put one of the mannequins there. Bare-chested. All right, let's get on to the show. That was my weekend. Sorry to bore you, folks. And American Idol was so fucking gay, I can't even talk about it. It was a Disney fucking, they made them sing Disney shit. And half the songs are grooming your children to be trans. What's going on in Russia? We don't hear much, do we? See how that went to the back burner? People still being killed and shit? How does that get pushed out of the news? Or maybe I'm just not paying attention. Anyways, Putin kaput. Russian President Vladimir Putin set to undergo cancer surgery and temporarily hand over power to a hardline former federal police chief, according to a new report. Putin will transfer control of Russia's government to Nikolai Patrushev, head of the Russian Federal Police Security Council. Oh, I'm sure he's clean. Look, it looks like Bill O'Reilly having chemo. Police Security Council, while he is incapacitated during and after the procedure, according to a video from the mysterious Telegram channel General SVR on Saturday. Great, they got a lineup, they got Full House, they got... The channel, which is purportedly run by former Russia Foreign Intelligence Service Lieutenant General, known by the pseudonym Viktor Mikhailovich, reported that Putin has been told by doctors he must undergo an operation. We have the doctor talking to him.
Comrade, here is something that might be of interest to you.
You have a polyp in your ass.
Of the conversation between your helicopter pilot
and your oncologist. We have found tumors in your ass, colorful tumors. The anticipated surgery and recovery are expected to incapacitate Putin for a short time. He's day-to-day with a hamstring, too, according to the unconfirmed report. Putin is unlikely to agree to hand over power for a longer period of time, the narrator of the video states, adding that the control of the country will likely be in Patrushev's hands for no more than 2 to 3 days. Let's hope there's complications. They say this guy's worse than Putin, though. I will say that this is the worst option. The guy who wrote this, the narrator adds, Patrushev is an outright villain. Is this guy is he writing this in Russian and putting it on?
He must have a death sentence. I don't know.
Holy shit. Patrushev is an outright villain. He's no better than Vladimir Putin. Moreover, he is a more cunning and I would say more insidious person than Vladimir Putin. If he comes to power, Russians' problems will only multiply. Not a nice fella.
You're a real crumb bum.
The insider claimed that Putin's cancer is progressing. But darkly quipped that he doesn't want to give viewers false hope. See, that's a guy making a joke about Putin dying. This guy, I hope the fuck he's doing that from a basement in New Jersey. Cheap as crow. Putin, 70, whose sickly appearance and uncharacteristically fidgety behavior in public have recently raised questions about his health. It has been rumored to suffer from cancer and a host of other serious maladies, including Parkinson's disease. General SVR has been reporting on Putin's supposed oncology diagnosis since at least November 2020, claiming that the Russian dictator suffers from bowel cancer, the poor prick. Pass remote control and toilet paper. Another Russian investigative news outlet, Pracht, claimed last month that Putin had been visited dozens of times by a top thyroid cancer surgeon at his Black Sea residence. Oh my God, this does not sound good for Pooty Poo Poo.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's keep him away from the button while he's high on fucking painkillers and morphine. Wouldn't that be nice, though? But then you got that jerk-off taking over. But, I don't know. Be nice, huh? We can all dream. Let's get to the leader of this country, if we had one. Biden's barrel of blunders. Boy, wait till you see this one, folks. How the 25th Amendment hasn't been invoked at least a year ago. Is a week into this presidency is beyond me. Gaffe-prone President Biden has raised concerns after his latest, that's saying something, embarrassing blunder, which saw him repeatedly stumble over the word kleptocracy during a Thursday speech asking the United States... Who's this? You motherfuckers, I'm busy. Hey, Mom. Hello. Kiss my ass.
Love you.
Love you. Dallas, I love you too. Speech asking the U.S. Congress for an additional $33 billion. That would make me stutter if I was asking for more money. But guys, we've showed a ton of these gaffes and shit and how he really isn't fit. If this one doesn't clarify it to anybody who had any doubts, which I don't think there's anybody left, but check this out.
We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains.
We're going to accommodate them. We're going to accommodate them. That was mistake number one.
Kleptocracy, and the guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck, you know that?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Biden, 79 or 179, was trying to talk. We need a translator. Does anybody know retard? Was talking about his administration's plans to seize Russian assets when he ran into some linguistic trouble. That's putting it lightly. When he sounded like he was blowing somebody. Moments earlier, Biden also mistakenly said that the United States will accommodate the Russian oligarchs. Accommodate and make sure we take care of their ill-begotten gains, he said. Come on, wacky Bubba. Okay, I mean, honestly, this guy's a fucking foot from the button. You know why he said that? Because he's part of a kleptocracy. Got nervous. Okay, you should be able to say that in your sleep, you son of a bitch. Oh, is he embarrassing? Oh, the poor prick. And it really is. Joe Biden, you ought to be ashamed of yourself watching your husband being hung out to dry. Do you hear it? Let me throw this in as a footnote to the Biden family. Her biography came out, or autobiography, I don't know the fucking. You know how many people bought it? 250. 250 people. Not 1,000, not 2,500, 250. You figure 200 of those people are Biden's and her family. Yeah, well, she's not interesting. Neither is he. She's dumb. Fucking Tucker Carlson was reading her theses in college. It sounds like I fucking wrote it. Oh, my God. In the official transcript of Biden's remarks that was later posted on the White House website, the word accommodate was stricken out to indicate that Biden actually meant to say hold accountable. Same thing. Accommodate, hold accountable. When I used to drive drunk and I almost burned the house down making Elio's pizza, my father, accommodated me to bed. A fucking backhanded to the face. None of this escaped the attention of Biden's detractors on social media, which should be all the country. America deserves better, Executive Director of Advocacy Group America Matters, Jim Hansen, tweeted. Of the Muppets. I know that was that. Vernon Jones, isn't that the old black dude that hung out with Bill Clinton? Who was running for Congress? Apparently not. He can't be running for Congress. In Georgia, urged First Lady Jill Biden to get involved. Exactly. This guy hit it right on the nose. At Dr. Biden, this has to end. Stop allowing your husband to be abused for the love of your family and country. Put his health first. Take President Biden home before it's too late. She tweeted, concerned about the leader's cognitive health. What do you mean? And how come he hasn't had to take that test that Trump had to take, you know? Remember? TV, refrigerator, tampon, yummy snatch. Oh, my God. I just went past that next headline. What is it? Something busted. Biden's balls busted. Part 2 of Joey Biden. He got his balls busted a little bit. As you know, the press correspondents dinner was this week. It hasn't happened in like 3 years. And Trevor Noah, and again, folks, I'll show you just a clip or two, but I watched the whole thing last night, or it's like a 30-minute, whatever. And he, you know what, he did a decent job. He went after both sides. He tried to. But I want you guys, as my fans, to see, when we talk about political correctness ruining this country the last 30 years, it emanates from D.C. This has always been my thing, because it's literally politics, political correctness, how you would speak if you made your living. These jerk-offs, especially the press, take themselves so fucking serious. Anytime, and I'm only showing you a couple jokes, but you can go home. Anytime he threw a jab at the press, which is what he's supposed to do when you're hosting that, they would get dead silent like children. Oh, that's not fun. Even if it was a good joke. And even when he went after Republicans and he said something kind of mean, they would back off. There were plenty of spots where he was getting nothing, and I felt, I mean, he did fine, but I'm just saying, those people are the problem. They take themselves so fucking serious, and the generation before them, and they're the ones, the media, who have got us into this PC cycle. And if you watch it, you can see how it happened. They are the most stuffed shirt assholes. Even when he zung Biden with some good ones, they're like, oh. I mean, just fucking, And, like I said, it's a tough job, but let's show a clip of, and I've met the guy. Trevor Noah's a nice guy. I don't even know if he believes what he believes. Getting a nice paycheck from Comedy Central. I met him at the Comedy Cell when he first came to town, and he's a decent guy, but here we go.
You know, sir, can I just say,
it's not funny.
I think everyone will agree that it's actually nice to once again have a president who's not afraid to come to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and hear jokes about him.
Now, I'll tell you why that's a stupid line, and obviously somebody wrote it for him. Joe had the balls to come to a dinner and hear jokes about himself because he's in a room with, 2,000 press people who protect him around the clock 24/7. That takes a lot of balls. As opposed, can you imagine if Trump went there? And that's not why he didn't go anyways, but can you blame him? But you see how they do it? Like it's the same thing. They don't touch on why Trump might not have gone. These are his best friends. They put him in the White House, you could argue. Anyhow, back to the show.
I'll be honest. If you didn't come, I totally would have understood. Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. Gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything. No, it really has been a tough first year for you, Mr. President. And surely you must be a little worried about 2024. There's a lot of passion on the Republican side. There really is. It's going to be an interesting time. And
I thought there was going to be
as you all know, President Biden's lack of a filter does get him into hot water sometimes. Last month he caused a huge international incident saying that Vladimir Putin should be removed from power. It was very, very upsetting to Russia. Yeah, until someone explained to them that none of the stuff Biden wants actually gets done.
Great joke.
But despite some hiccups, President Biden has led the country through some really dark times since he took office. The COVID pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the launch of CNN Plus. And don't forget, he's also had some major legislative successes. In his first year in office, I might add. He got a bipartisan infrastructure bill passed that would do everything from fixing America's roads and bridges to modernizing school buses, which Matt Gaetz' girlfriend is very excited about. Don't boo love. Not to mention, no president in my memory has given more marginalized groups opportunities. I'm talking about women, the LGBTQ community, the Taliban, the list goes on and on.
All right? And that's what he was doing well. And then, like I said, he took shots at the press, other than CNN. And you fucking, anything that was a little mean and personal, he'd get dead silence on. So, God, I'd like to do that. You want to see dead silence? Put me in that room. I would fucking leap over the goddamn podium, grab Brian Stelter by his third chin, fucking choke him out. So, anyways, I thought he did terrific. You, Hillary? See, Hillary liked it. I don't know, but I've been told. Let's stay on the Biden administration and people who really hate this country, and nobody is a bigger liar and half. I say that lovingly, folks. I'm dressed like a half. You know what that means? I have a skirt on below. Alejandro the Maggot Mayorkas gaslighting again. There he is, waiting for a load to land on his fucking chops. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro.
I suck cock.
Mayorkas.
And I love it. Yummy, 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 yummy.
It'll never get old to me. Said Sunday on CNN's State of the Union that the Disinformation Governance Board would not infringe on free speech or monitor Americans. I wonder if he gave that to the person interviewing him on CNN. Oh, it was CNN. And I wonder, you think they gave her a list of questions? That's a hard-hitting one, isn't it? Isn't it? He's going to go, yeah, we do monitor. Go ahead.
What exactly will this Disinformation Governance Board do? Will it monitor American citizens?
Dan, I'm very pleased to do so. It's clear. I mean, those criticisms are precisely the opposite of what this small working group within the Department of Homeland Security will do. And I think we probably could have done a better job of communicating what it does and does not do.
Pause. It's always, do you notice this? It's always when they put something in policy out there that America doesn't like, that's always the messaging. You guys weren't smart enough to understand what we were saying. They've done that 20 times in the last month. It's always, our messaging was wrong. No, we understand exactly what you're doing, you fucking Orwellian cocksucker. Nick, clean it up. I can't. I like to swear.
You need
No, I don't.
to shut the fuck up.
Go ahead.
So the fact is that disinformation that creates a threat to the security of the homeland is our responsibility to address, and this department has been addressing it for years, throughout the years of the prior administration, and an ongoing basis. Disinformation from Russia,
right.
China,
We know the
Iran.
problems, but it's still not clear to me how this governance board will act. What will it do?
So what it does is it works to ensure that the way in which we address threats, the connectivity between threats and acts of violence are addressed without infringing on free speech, protecting civil rights and civil liberties, the right of privacy. And the board, with this working group, internal working group, will draw from best practices and communicate those.
Shut up. Shut up.
And he still didn't answer the question.
Oh, he answered it. He fucking answered it with exactly the opposite of what it's going to do, without infringing on civil rights. It's exactly what it's going to do. That's what they do. They're such bold-faced cocksucking liars. They tell you exactly the opposite of what's really going to happen. Gee, and that was a hard-hitting. You going to monitor me? Yeah, we might monitor you. Are you fucking kidding me? Why do you get to decide what misinformation is? And we all know what the definition of this is. Anything that the Biden administration disagrees with. how much was left? Did he talk anymore? Go ahead. Fuck it.
Best practices to the operators, because the board does not have operational authority.
Will American citizens be monitored?
Oh,
No.
God. Take that. No. I'd be pleased to. Do you know when politicians say that? When they know they have their lying talking points in order and they're ready to go? I'd be pleased to. That's a ministry of truth, folks. Again, read 1984. That's all that is. And it goes one way. Anything that leans right is fucking considered misinformation. They've already done it on Facebook, Twitter. I mean, we've been talking about it for years. And in the earlier one, last week we showed him, and he said it's going to protect elections, remember? Like the Republicans are the ones who fucked the last one. Mayorkas, I hope you don't feel good. Yes? Dallas? Oh, I thought you were saying something. I saw your head go down. What are you doing, crossword?
Sudoku.
That's what it looked like. I'm working you into the show, man. Very good. Headline, Billy Maher, our boy Billy Maher, awakening continues. Comedian Bill Maher is all for Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter, saying the company needs a new sheriff after it failed to follow the First Amendment. And again, Bill Maher, once again, I like how he's finally woke. I actually tweeted that when I saw this clip. I just tweeted the headline, Bill Maher, something to blast Twitter, and I said, this is the true meaning of woke. He's finally woken up. But see, he helped create this environment we're in. So did every other lefty that's starting to see clearly now, you know? Even like Joe Rogan he's finally waking up to the, I was on a show, 3 years ago, yelling about NBC and MSNBC, and he was telling me how much Trump fucking lies and shit. But now he smells the fucking, you know? How am I just sitting here and not a trillionaire? Well, because you look fucking bloated. All right. Here's Bill Maher talking about what Twitter has been doing wrong recently.
You failed when you threw the New York Post off of Twitter for talking about Hunter Biden's emails.
You're a year late,
It turned
Bill.
out that was a real story.
Right.
You failed.
Pause. Pause. You failed to talk about it on your show when it happened and said, look, maybe the conservatives are right. You don't even have to be conservative. You have to lean a right. Maybe you failed too, Bill. I'm glad you're coming around again, but you ignored it too, because you read the news every day like everybody else, and so does your staff. And you looked at it and you didn't touch it. And you could, because you got a good audience. You had for a long time. So that backs my argument that you've helped create this fucking illusion. Go ahead. I'm glad.
Said we couldn't read about whether COVID had come from a lab.
Yeah, where were you?
You failed. Did you read about this Babylon Bee? Do you know what the Babylon Bee is? I didn't know this.
No.
It's like the Christian version of the Onion.
Watch.
Because everyone needs that.
Pause. Jerk off Velshi there. He's from MSNBC. Elitist cocksucker. He's a big asshole that he looks. Do you hear him? Christian, parody or whatever they said, right? Satire. Yeah, like we need more of that. He right there is everything that's wrong with the problem. Look at him. Smiling, shit-eating grin because he's so much smarter than. Same with jerk-off Senator Allen, a Democrat on the right over there. Look at him. Just smug. Yeah, we need more Christian blah, 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 blah. Fucking, at least Bill Maher's coming around. I know it's way too late. But when he jumped on that, yeah, like we need more of that. You know, because Christians are the worst people in the world. And anybody from the right, miss him. Go ahead.
Some people do.
I thought that was
They're not
Fox
all
News.
you and me, okay?
Pause.
It says you're trusted.
Pause. You hear what he just said to him? He goes, some people do need more of that because they're not all you and me. He gets it. Velshi don't get it. They wouldn't hire him at MSNBC. Go ahead.
source for Christian news and satire. I didn't know there was such a thing as Christian satire. I thought the religion itself was satire. That's me. I'm not everybody. Okay? I'm not everybody. Have a little humility, right?
Pause.
So listen.
Can you imagine a Christian guy on TV saying that about the Jewish faith?
Or Islam.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm talking... That goes without fucking saying, Islam. But, if a Christian said that, he'd have the Anti-Defamation League at his house tonight. He'd be fucking canned, But he gets to say it because he's on HBO, whatever the fuck. Again, I'm happy he's coming around. But I have this theory about people who smoke weed. They're always years behind that. They really are. I don't care if they're comedians. They're a little behind the times. Finally, he's waking up. I almost think he might be watching Gutfeld and going, why is this kid getting numbers? Oh. You know how rich Bill Maher is, by the way? He owns part of the fucking New York Mets. He's had a pretty good career. Go ahead.
Look at this. They got flagged they posted a funny video. This is funny to them. Okay. Sensitive content, Twitter said. In the video, they were making fun of Twitter for being too sensitive. This is so through the looking glass. Here's what happens in the video. This woman who, going into the Twitter building, this is, parody. This is what people do on television and have done forever.
Right.
Okay, she's complaining to HR about how sensitive Twitter is. And the guy shows her an ink blot, and she keeps seeing Hitler in all the ink blots. Okay, then she runs screaming out of the building
laughing.
because she's... This is right. Well within what satire has always been.
Listen to that.
And the fact that they flagged this for being insensitive shows their complete lack of self-awareness about what their own problem is. If that's where the line is, you have failed, Twitter. You do need a new show.
Yeah. Thank you, Billy. And the crowd applauds. So we're actually making inroads finally. It had to get to this point. This fucking crazy. He's defending the Babylon Bee. And he's fucking right. A little late, but better late than ever. Than never, I should say. Did I say ever? Have another scotch. It's refreshing. So anyways, joined by MSNBC's Ali Velshi, that was the jerk off, and former Senator Doug Jones, a Democrat, Alabama, so he's retarded. How can you be a Democrat? Why don't you be a Republican in New York? Anyways, Maher railed against the censorship on Twitter, which was recently purchased by Musk for $44 million, with his purported goal to privatize the company and restore free speech. God, what a threat. Twitter also blocked users from sharing the link to the Post article, remember, indicating Hunter Biden's introduced President Biden to the Ukrainian businessman, calling the link potentially harmful, is what Twitter called it. Potentially harmful.
Fuck your mother!
Facebook also said it would limit the spread of the Post story on its own platform. How'd we even... Let me ask you a question. How the fuck? If they didn't do that, in November 2020, former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey said Twitter made a mistake. There he is, by barring users from sharing the Post revelatory report about Hunter Biden's emails. We recognize it is a mistake. It is a mistake that we made, both in terms of intention of the policy and also the enforcement action of not allowing people to share it publicly or privately, Dorsey said during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing in which Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg was grilled by lawmakers over the company's influence and perceived anti-conservative bias. During a House Energy and Commerce Committee hearing on misinformation and social media in March of 2021, Dorsey said the Post blackout was a process error.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. The balls, huh? It was literally just a process error, he said. This was not against them in any particular way. Dorsey told Congress, you do this. The balls on these people. Even Billy Maher's coming around. That's how bad it's gotten, folks. And will it ever get to a point, though, where we can make... is our hard drive permanently damaged? That's my question. Will I ever be able to do fucking Muslim jokes and fucking Jew jokes and Guinea jokes and black jokes? Not even jokes, just references. Like we did on Tough Crowd, the show that this world needs right now. It was brutally fucking honest. Everybody was fine after the show. I always told you, comedy's a release valve. Silence is when it builds up, when you just fucking look at each other with hate and have all this distrust. You get together and start busting each other's butt. Next thing you know, you're sharing a beer. Honest to God. Anyway,
that's the way it was in the Army.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Dallas?
All that pressure builds up. You got to vent. You got to let go. Good leaders would let people do that, and everything was better for it.
That's right. You get to know each other when you're living next to each other and whatever. You're like, oh, he is sort of like me. Or it's like, why does that guy have a vagina in the shower? I don't know. That's the new woke military. Anyhow, final story today. That went by fast. Couch potato. God, this one made me sad. Holy moly. A Louisiana couple whose daughter was found dead, covered in human waste, and melted into their couch. She literally melted into their couch, is facing a possible murder charge, leaving those around them in shock, a report said. Sheila and Clay Fletcher, seen here, are under scrutiny after shocking new details emerged about the January 3rd death of their 36-year-old daughter, Lacey Ellen Fletcher, who was found, this made me gag, on a ratty couch covered in urine and feces. It's like me at the end of the weekend after watching UFC, and weighing less than 100 pounds. That is just...
Don't say a fucking word to me. I'll get up and I'll bury this telephone in your head.
God help me. Look at, that's where she was sitting up, folks. Dead for who knows how long. And look at this couple here. This reminds me of that show I'm watching, Evil Lives Here. Because it is. It's everyday people. You don't know what's going on. That's the premise. You don't know what's going on in the house next door to you or down the block. Or they look, you know, like Dallas said, you expect to be a couple of hillbillies from West Virginia or poor people in the city, whatever. Clay resigned from the Baton Rouge Civil War Roundtable in the wake. What the fuck is that? Is that like Dungeons and Dragons on Friday night? In the wake of the disturbing news, while Sheila, the douchebag wife, a former town alderman, oh, she's into politics, is reportedly on leave from a job as an assistant to Zachary City prosecutor. Shocked because it doesn't match any of my experience of him, Roundtable member John Potts told Be Proud of Clay, whatever the fuck that is. He's completely different than what you would expect someone like that to be. Yeah, I would hope so. Look at this guy. It's like Joe Manchin's ghost. The TV station reported that many friends didn't know the Fletchers even had a daughter. So they kept this poor thing. Potts told the station that, look at beautiful young lady.
36. How do you go 36 years and nobody knows?
Yeah, no, exactly. Same way I did not mention my wife. Listen, that is not even funny, folks.
You're married?
Potts told the station that he only heard Clay mention Lacey when she died. The details are horrific. There is no doubt about that. And I can't conceive of how something like it could even happen, Potts told the station. Police responded to a 911 call from Sheila on January 18th, and responding emergency workers were greeted by an imposing stench and gruesome sight. Lacey, who reportedly suffered from a rare neurological disorder, that means your spinal cord, probably paralyzed, was found sitting up on a couch that had been worn through with excrement. The daughter had ulcers on her bottom and was infected with District Attorney Sam DeLulia alleged. The DA is planning to present a second-degree murder charge for the parents to a grand jury on Monday.
What's the matter? What's the world coming to?
What the fuck? My heart breaks for that girl. What did they do? Just like ignore her? Where is that room? It's obviously like one company can't walk by. What do you do? Spray Glade when you have company over there? I don't want them to smell a dead daughter in the other room. You fucking evil people. Evil, evil, evil. Evil lives there.
Are you sure you're not getting paid by them?
I really should be, huh? What else do I plug a lot on this show? Red Sox bullpen. I'll keep that quiet for a while. I can't believe. It's like when I watched the Bruins a couple years ago, I said to my wife, this was like 3 years ago, Kevin Miller might be one of my favorite Bruins of all time. He was a maniac defenseman that would flatten people. He was just angry all the time. His hair's hanging in his face. I never saw him lose a fight. Just a fucking madman. I go, he might be my favorite Bruin. That night he fucks up his knee. Never saw him again. He tried to come back last year, had to retire. That's why I'm making fun of Joy Behar tonight. That is it. We love you guys for tuning in once again. Don't forget to sign up monthly, please, at thecomicsgym.com or patreon.com. Please do this, will you please? Go to nickdip.com if you want to click on the tour button. I will be at Governor's, one of my favorite old clubs. I don't do many clubs anymore, but I was going up to do Peak Skill, and you're like, might as well throw one in. Pick up $11.50. Levittown, Governors, this Friday night. Following night, Paramount Theater in Peekskill, New York. Hope to see you there. And don't forget Cameo.com. If you want me to roast a friend or a relative, go to Cameo.com. Tell me about them. I'll make a 1.5, 2-minute video giving them real zingers. That's it. You guys think it. I'll say it. You're very welcome. We'll see you back here at the same time tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.